Hi guys, this is Matt here, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, which is called Mac Vlogs. My guest for today's evening is Hamza Ali Khan, one of the best in the business of fitness. He is the founder of Axefit, which is a digital fitness consultancy firm where he provides all the fitness solutions to people out there who are ready to look after themselves, to be fit and healthy. So, welcome, Mr. Hamza Ali Khan. How are you? Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Mac, and I'm really happy that you had such wonderful words for me. I hope I can live up to the expectations, and I can provide your audience with a good mindset about fitness.
Definitely. So, this platform is all yours for next 15 minutes. So, please go ahead and express yourself with all your introduction and whatever you have to say. And then I'll bring into some questions which will be related to
Fair,
fitness and
fair.
bodybuilding. So, please go ahead.
Fair enough. So if I talk about Axefit, since I'm the founder of Axefit, so let me just talk about how I formed Axefit. So Axefit originated because of the idea that I had a passion for fitness. So I obviously wanted to have a good physique and etc. So I just imagined myself that once in a lifetime I should have a good physique. But as life went on and on, I wasn't achieving that target, and I was also struggling with my career choices. So I was like, you know what, I'm passionate about this, so I had to build a physique. So what if I do it and make it my gig? So that's how Expert started. So I went into a 60 days transformation, and after 60 days transformation, I was able to transform myself surprisingly with very good results. And everyone was really inspired, and they were like, you know what, we want to know more about how you did it. And that's where it hit me. Let's start Expert, and that's how Expert began. So when I talk about fitness, the Expert comes with the idea that
Mhm.
there are several people who cannot get the right knowledge about fitness and the
Mhm.
right technique about fitness, and they usually struggle that for the fact that their gyms might not have good trainers, or maybe they do not have access to a gym itself. So Expert came in with an idea to go beyond and to reach people on a digital platform, because now we can see that the whole world, at least the majority of the world, is connected through internet. So we came up with the idea of taking fitness to the people. So what Expert does now is people call in and they tell us their transformation goals and etc. So we provide them with customized diet plans, training plans, and sustainability plans, and we do weekly and bi-weekly assessments to see how they're going about it. So that's one of the domain of Expert. Then Expert is also on Udemy. So when we talk about that, we're building specialized courses. So our courses are very focused. Their main vision is not to drag the education into a 4 or 5 hour course. It's just 1 hour course. So I address a particular aspect about fitness in each of my course, and within 1 hour, I try to explain you how to execute that and how to understand that in practical terms. So that's another domain. Then obviously there comes a very marketing side of aspect, where I usually do a different projects. I work with different brands. So that's about it for now.
Okay, that's wonderful. So let me just ask you a few questions related to fitness, basically, because I was totally involved in going to the gym earlier in my life. You can say in early 20s or late 20s or early 30s when I started going to the gym regularly, and where I came to know that gym is totally all about the mental aspects, about lifting the weights and stuff. So what usually happened was that when you're in the gym, if your mind is not, if your mind is preoccupied, you cannot make a good body. Is that true?
That is very true. Do you know why? Let me just explain to you. If I
Mhm.
ask you to run as fast as you can, you probably would try your level best, and then you'll be like, you know what? That's the fastest I can go. But now, what if I told you there was a wild dog right after you, and I asked you to run now? Trust me, you're gonna run twice as fast, because now you have a target, you have an aim, and that aim is to save yourself from that dog. So if I carry forward the same example for fitness, Usually, most of the people join gym, they do not have the right motivation. And if you see, there are two types of people in gym. There
Okay.
are one type of people you would see in gym, they are constantly on their phones. So they do just one set and then they're talking to someone else and etc. And then there are other type of people who are running here and there. They just do not want to stop. And do you know why? Because they have an aim, they have a target. So you have to give yourself one of one of the things that I tell people is, if you know about smart objective. So it's a smart objective is something. It is I mean, if I was to explain smart objective, S stands for smart, for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, and sorry, R. R is R was what? R was yeah, R was reasonable, and T stands for time specific. So your fitness goals also need to be time specific. They need to have smart objectives. So first of all, you need to have a specific target. What kind of a body do you want? So you decide that first. Once you decide that, then I ask you, is it measurable? Can you just measure it? Like, can you at least you can visually measure it? They'll be like, yes. So I'm gonna tell you know what? Tell me, do you want a 15-inch bicep? So fair enough. Now we have measurement. Now we know where we stand today and where we have to go. Then we talk about, is it achievable? Of course, it's achievable. Then we talk about, is it reasonable? Of course, it's reasonable. Then the last and the most important, time specific. So when you have a target and you have a time limit attached to it, trust me, you wouldn't be sitting down in gym texting someone. You'll tell everyone, I'm at gym, do not bug me. I have to hit my target, because now you understand the pressure. So this is what I tell everyone, that you can go to gym for years and years and you wouldn't build a good body until and unless you know what do you want and when do you want.
Okay. My second question to you would be that through my experience, where I have interacted with the gym instructors or the professional bodybuilders who usually make their own bodies in the gym, where they spend a lot of time and there, everyone has told me only one thing in life is that you need to have a proper sleep, you need to have a fitness regime in terms of your balanced diet and the food, what you intake and stuff. So, how would you like to balance all these three things to make a very perfect and a good looking body? How would you describe that?
Okay, so you see, fitness is based upon three major aspects. So we have diet, we have training, and we have to sleep.
Okay.
So these three are the three major components that would lead you towards your fitness goal. Now, let's put a number to each of it. So when we talk about diet, diet is
Okay.
60% of your diet is right. You are hitting 60% of your target with that. Then we talk about training. You would be surprised, training is only 20% of the job. So people ask me, if that is 60, that is 20, where is the rest of the 20% going? And I'll tell you, this is going to make you happy. You have to sleep.
Okay.
You have to sleep to give your body a chance to recover. So how does this work? When you go to training, you are usually breaking your muscle fibers and your body is getting damaged. So to recover from that damage, you need protein and other macro and micronutrients. And where do you get it? You get it from your diet. Then this whole process of repairing happens only when you're sleeping. So this is the cycle of fitness. So talking about how to build a habit. So all you have to do is you have to follow a good fitness lifestyle in a slow and gradual way. Don't go all the way to the top like an athlete. You're waking up 3 in the morning, going for a jog. That wouldn't work out, because that would disrupt your life. And once your life gets disrupted, you're probably going to drop the idea of fitness. So you do it slowly. And how do you do it? You take small steps. Like, they're going to be like, I'm going to start doing intermittent fasting from today. So that's something reasonable. So you can do that. So once you start doing that, I'm going to ask you to do it for 3 days. The first 3 days will be the most difficult days of your life. Then
Okay.
after 3 days, you'll start getting used to it. So after a week, you'll have no issues with that. And after 3 weeks, trust me, science says it's gonna become a part of your habit. So once I started doing intermittent fasting, till this day, there is not a single day that I do not do intermittent fasting because it's an art of habit.
Hmm. Okay, so can you describe a little bit that which is which age group when you start the fitness, and like for example, I would put it like this way, like if a youngster who wants to make his body, he starts at the age of 24, 25. So how much time does he take to make a fit body? Or if there's a person in the age, I mean, in the age group of 30s and late 30s, or anyone in the late age group in 40s or late 40s, how much time a individual person usually takes to form
Okay.
a good with six packs or eight packs or with proper bicep, tricep, the legs, all and the back and everything. If you can say that, minimum, how many months do you take exactly to
Okay.
make a body?
So let me tell you something. First of all, there is no time for fitness. So
Okay.
it maybe for an infant it would be just walking 2 steps. That's their fitness.
Hmm.
And for a young guy like, I mean, if I was to talk about myself, I'm not just implying that I'm young, but I am young. I am only 28. Gonna turn 29 next month. So
Okay, how
for a
old am I?
guy,
How old am I?
I think if I'm not wrong, it's 32 or 35. It's somewhere
Thank you.
between that.
I looked really young. Thank you so much for that.
So, what is the real age then?
I'm not mentioning it's a public platform, so
Or
I wouldn't. As long as you told me that I'm young, I'm really happy for
yeah,
that.
exactly. Makes sense. Makes sense because a lot of the time people tell me you look 22, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. It
Yeah.
doesn't affect me. So maybe I got matured way before time. Okay, so coming back to the question, like, like if you want a specific time to build a good body, it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't
Okay.
matter at all. So what matters is I cannot put a number towards it, like in how many months can you build a good body, because it depends upon the type of a body that you want.
It
So
depends on
if
your
you're
hard
telling
work.
me
It depends
exactly,
on your
like
hard work.
if if your target is to become like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm going to tell you that it's going to take approximately an year or 2 years because that's how much long it can take to get that huge within a very defined muscular physique. But then if you talk about the fact that Hamza, I've seen your body, you look pretty athletic. So how much time do I need to build a body like that? Not a big chance. Like 120 days is more than enough. 120 days, it can completely change your life. I changed my life in 60 days. So, I mean, I'm talking about the fact that I was hitting my target hard like 6 days a week. And, I mean, I was on a very strict diet with intermittent fasting and etc. So obviously I did it in 60 days. But if I was to put a number for everyone to generalize that, 120 days is more than enough for anyone.
Okay. How would you describe the difference between a lean body and a bulky body? What is the
Okay.
difference between?
Okay, so what happens is I get this question a lot because a lot of the big people actually come up to me and say, "How can you be a fitness trainer when you do not have a 16-inch bicep?" So I go like, you know what? You can go to a 16-inch bicep trainer and see what it does with you, and then come back to me, and you will, of course. So what happens is, see, what you really have to understand is there are different parts in fitness. So when you talk about a bulky body, like someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, so when you're talking about someone like that, you have to understand that the difference between Arnold Schwarzenegger and someone who's running in a marathon is the fact that the person who's running in marathon can run longer than Arnold Schwarzenegger. But when you go back to lifting weights, it is Arnold Schwarzenegger. When you go back to the size, it is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So there are different types of fitness. So I mean, it depends upon your fitness status. So like if you want to be athletic, so there's a different process towards it, and there's a different method of achieving that particular fitness. And an athlete is basically a functional trainer. So what is a functional trainer? Functional trainer is more like a person who can do different functions effectively. But a bodybuilder does strength training. So their main domain is strength. It is not stamina. It is not agility. It is strength. So everyone has a different fitness goal, and it depends upon your fitness goal that how long is it going to take, and there is no comparison between these. because it's almost like you are asking why didn't Arnold win the marathon or the fastest running man alive, because his body just cannot run as fast as a marathon or a 100-meter racer or something like that. Are you with me? Okay, so I guess Masroor is having some issue with his internet. I guess he'll be joining us soon. But until he's back, since I have time with you all, so do comment on the video. Let me know what are the common fitness mistakes that you guys believe you have been doing, or do you suspect that you are doing? So let me know in the comment, and if you want, you guys can connect with me. Let's talk about fitness. Let's talk about how you can have a good sustainable lifestyle. So when we talk about that, fitness is a very big domain, and it's always good to discuss with other people and to know how they are doing it. And one of the things that I would like to mention to all of you guys is the fact that when we talk about fitness, you have to understand there is no workout plan or training plan that can be applied to everyone else, because it depends upon your body type. So if you are already lean and quite, I would say, skinny, then you are an ectomorph. Ectomorphs are the people who have faster metabolism, which means they burn food really fast, and that is the reason that they are quite skinny. Then we have endomorphs. I'm an endomorph myself. So what happens with endomorph is the vice versa of ectomorph. So endomorphs are people who have higher, uh, they have lower metabolism rate, so they do not burn food faster. So that is why excess food is stored in form of fat in the body. Then we have mesomorph, who are the hybrid of ecto and endomorph. So if they want, they can gain weight easily or lose weight easily. So their metabolism is quite adjusting. So this is one of the reasons that you have to understand that a training and a diet plan need to be especially tailored for you, because it has to cater the demand of what your body type is. Wait a minute. Hello. All right, no issues. I think I'm live. I'm still live and I'm talking to the audience. No issues, no issues, no issues at all. Okay. All right, fair enough, fair enough. So Masroor is on the way. Until then, we can talk about other aspects of fitness. Like, when we talk about workout plans, so there are, I know several trainers out there have their own workout plans that are designed to help everyone achieve a physique like them. But trust me, that's not going to work out for you, because it depends, because that particular trainer's workout plan and diet plan is based upon his body type. And like I said, there are three body types. So chances are it's one out of three chances that you're going to get a good physique following that particular diet plan. As long as you guys are good with putting your bets on that, I guess it's pretty much easy. So another major issue that many of the people face is fat loss, because I believe there are several people who have issues with
Hello,
regard to
can you
fat.
see me? Can you see me?
Hey, Masroor. So Masroor is back. So
Yeah,
I'm really
sorry.
sorry, Masroor, for hijacking your show while you were gone and
Okay.
becoming the new host. But since you're
I
back,
apologize for the technical reason. Basically, in Pakistan, you can never be sure about the electricity. So what happened is just even out of my question what happened. So I apologize to all my followers and audience about that. So please, Hamza, please continue where we had stopped at.
okay.
Please.
So I was talking to the audience about fat loss. So I was trying to inform them that approximately 60 to 70% of the world deals with issues of fat. That is a very common issue. So I just wanted to summarize the whole thing, that if you think doing some abs workout is going to reduce the fat in your body, it will not. That is one of the most, I mean, typical misconception about building abs or losing weight. All you have to do is you have to do more cardio, which is running, jogging, or swimming, or you can be rope skipping for all I care. That's some of the cardio exercise.
Okay. So would you like to become my trainer for future and help me get the exact six-pack abs which I've been trying for many years, which I couldn't get it? So I think a person like you would be the ideal person to train me, I guess.
Uh, to be really honest, I'll be honored if you would choose me because a
Mhm.
person like you obviously is very well connected with a lot of different people with a lot of good talent. So, having provided the opportunity, I believe you're giving me an honor, and with that honor, I would be more than happy.
Basically, because the thing is, why I want to make a perfect body is that so I can try out my I different stuff like modeling, or maybe try for some ad, just to look more handsome and
Of course,
smart.
you can.
Down the
To
line,
be,
happy who I
to,
am, but it's just like to try a little bit different stuff, in
you
life.
know, I would also like to add for the people who are with us that many of you might feel like I do not have good looks or I do not look good and etc.
No, no, I
Trust
don't believe
me,
in that. Actually,
no, no,
the looks is
no,
all because
I'm
of
not
Allah.
saying specific. I- I'm not saying specifically for you because a lot of the clients that I even have, they have this problem of self-image. They believe they are not good enough, and I tell
Mhm.
them, you wouldn't believe once you are fit, you would start to doubt everyone that they might be joking with you when they are complimenting because yes, when you are fit, you actually look very good. So yeah, I mean, you could be a model
Because the
very
fact
easily.
is, if you want to be fit and healthy, you're not doing that for anyone else out there. You're doing it for your own purpose, to look good and to feel healthy from inside, and you can eat healthy food. Your lifestyle changes with all the fitness which you keep absorb. Like by doing regular exercise and the walks and stuff. So you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else.
Fair enough, exactly, makes sense.
So I'm ready for you. So let's see when I can start the
For
training with
sure.
you for future. Okay.
Fair
Now,
enough, fair enough.
my last question to you before we can wrap up a little bit more, or we can talk a bit more about the fitness and Axefit, is I heard that there is a course which you're providing to all your customers and your clients related to the fitness. Is it some course or is it an academy?
All
Academy?
right.
Is it? Can you talk about that?
Okay, so see, we are in a new world right now due to thanks to COVID-19. We are transforming our ways of working. So as you can imagine that a lot of the world is going through the similar problem, which is they do not have access to gyms. So Axfit had to modify itself. We had to change the way we operated because we can no longer provide people. And apart from that, there is also an economic recession. So obviously people cannot afford fitness as much as they could before. So
Mhm.
we came up with an idea that we would make fitness related courses on Udemy. So once we do that, what happens is we're not charging you a big amount anymore. So we are charging you a very small amount, a fraction of the amount that we would actually charge you if we were doing it on a one-on-one basis. So let's
How much is
suppose,
the amount? Can you mention the amount? How much would that amount
okay,
be?
so like right now I have two of my courses. One is based upon fat loss, and the other one is based upon intermittent fasting and how you can lose weight without exercise. And I guess I gave you the link for intermittent fasting. So
Yes. Good.
but when I talk about these courses, what happens is if you come directly to me and you're like, you know what, Hamza, I need to hit this target, you have to help me out. So it might cost you somewhere around, depending on the amount of duration and the effort, it can range anywhere from $100 to $300 or $400.
Okay.
But now when we talk about these courses, we're talking about a figure as small as $10 or $12. So within $12, you're going. I'm not just going to give away my secret to you. I'm also going to educate you. So if there is anything that is wrong, you would know what to do with yourself. So that is why Expert is now operating on digital platform like Udemy and spreading knowledge by means of developing courses that are short, summarized, and easy to understand.
That's wonderful. So I'm sure you're doing an amazing job to make everyone really keep themselves active and fit, basically in the time of COVID-19, where everyone is going through a lot of issues at home, depression, anxiety, and stuff, and they have lost some hope in life. So I think when you're fit in life, so you can definitely think positive, and that's the whole
Exactly.
idea, which I
Exactly.
believe that
And
this
I'll
course.
be and I'll be really honest with you. Trust me, even if you're feeling bad or if you are in depression or whatsoever your mental condition is, once you work out, you would feel happy. And I tell you for the fact that when you actually work out, your body releases hormones that are similar to when you are happy. That's
Mhm.
what happens. So this is why I tell everyone, no matter what, try to work out little bit every day so that you feel good about yourself.
That's wonderful. So that's my aim actually. That the reason I got you for my session today is to make everyone educated related to fitness and being and going towards the healthy diet in this difficult time of COVID-19. So thank you so much, Hamza, for your a busy time, busy schedule to give me an important time to talk about the fitness, the Axefit, the courses which you're doing, and about the different aspects of the bodybuilding and stuff. So that was really knowledge building for me, especially. So I'm sure all my followers around the world would like to say that this for sure that let's connect with Hamza for the fitness purposes.
All right. Thanks a lot, Masood. Thanks for your kind words, and I hope I can help everyone out. And I wish your followers a happy and healthy life.
Thank you so much. Before we wrap this up, a small shout out to you, MacVlogs. Would you like to give a small shout out to your end, at your end? What do you feel
Of
about
course,
my?
because I would love to say the fact that I actually feel, to be really honest, I'm just gonna say it as much as realistically I can because this is how I feel. I feel, Masood, you're doing a very great job because the fact that you're trying to connect different cultures, religions, and different sorts of communities and presenting all of them in a good manner to one another is really good to build harmony, prosperity, and the best of all, humanity between people. So I wish you all the best, and I hope you keep inspiring us all.
Thank you so much once again, Hamza. I really appreciate and feel really honored to have you in my session as a special guest for talk about fitness. So thank you so much once again. Inshallah, we can conduct many more sessions in future on a different topic, but related to fitness and a different aspects to it. Thank you once again. Be safe, be healthy, and keep smiling because you bring the smiles on the people when they're healthy. So thank you so much. So everyone, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like Matlox and follow this young man, which his name is Hamza Ali Khan. He's the founder of Axefit. So I'm really inspired and honored to be connected with him, and I'm sure he's going to train me as well. Thank you so much once again. Good evening. Here, look after your family and be happy always. Bye bye.